Hey guys, it's Mikkel. I wanted to come on here super fast and I wanted to answer a couple of questions that I got about this. This is what is called a rotary brush or a cleansing brush. Sometimes I feel like we will hear these being referred to as Clarisonics. Clarisonics is just a brand name, just as Puffs is a brand name of tissues. So I put a little something on my Instagram story about this picture and I got several questions about it, so I hope it's okay. You guys know how I am with my phone, so I wanted to come on here super briefly and just kind of record something that I could share with you all at once. So I hope this is helpful to anyone watching. A couple of questions I got are, what are these types of brushes? When should I use them? And when should I not use them? So these type of brushes, professionally, I do consider these to be a form of mechanical exfoliation, so a very lightweight exfoliation. Something like this should only be used, let me pause this video. Okay, so a brush like this, professionally, because it is a very light type of exfoliation on the skin, because it's mildly abrasive, I would recommend not using something like this every day. At most, I would recommend using a cleansing brush like this 3 times a week. When you use a cleansing brush like this professionally, I would recommend using a cream-based cleanser, something that is doesn't have a high concentration of surfactants or that's super bubbly or super stripping, because again, this is considered to be an exfoliant. So I would professionally recommend a cream-based cleanser to kind of balance that out. Skin types who I think could benefit from using this truly are very few. I would say someone who has dry skin who wanted to use this once a week as a type of exfoliation, or someone who had oily but not acne prone skin, because oily skin will have that little bit of extra slip and sebum on the surface, which is going to help kind of act as a barrier. So this cleansing brush, this mild level of exfoliation. So using this type of brush for someone who has oily skin would be beneficial because their skin can handle this. Someone who is dry, sensitive, or who has acne or active texture where there is inflammation, something like this, you do get a very vigorous clean. You could either use it as it is on its own, like this. I'm not going to touch this to my skin, or you can turn this on. And most of these brushes have multiple settings that you can use, and then you can use that in conjunction as well. This one has some really cool ultrasonic vibrations to it, so it kind of helps, get rid of debris in the surface. Not all of them have that. These, not for all skin types. I have this tool here. You guys know, those of you guys who are coming regularly for facials or every so often for facials, I don't use this often. When I do, there's a reason why. The most important thing that I would recommend when it comes to using a cleansing brush like this, outside of using it too much, is making sure it's clean, washing it with warm soapy water when you do use it. Whew, I did a good job. Okay, whew, yes, so I do think I did a good job trying to summarize my thoughts. I hope you guys thought this was helpful about using these rotary brushes or these cleansing brushes. Again, very few skin types I think can benefit from using these. Treat this as a very mild form of exfoliation. And yes, most importantly, make sure that you're cleansing it after every single use. Warm soapy water, Dr. Bronner's is fine, Dawn is fine, really pat it dry, and make sure that you get all the water out in between these little bristles, because that can be a breeding ground for bacteria. Sometimes I also get asked, is how long is one of these heads good for? It really just depends. It just depends upon frequency of use and how you're taking care of it and cleaning it. I would recommend every 3 to 6 months as needed. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know, but for now,